The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. DeKiller.
Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But... That witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done.
I'm not done yet. To see through this witness's lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor.
Jeez.
There's still more evidence to look at. But I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur.
Oh, you have a lot of faith, don't you? Very well, the trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. DeKiller. Right away, Your Honor. Inwardly, I am sighing in relief.
Has a verdict been reached?
Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more.
About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for?
Well... Actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That's how things are, usually done.
What is he talking about? Usually done?
What shall we have him testify about now? Mr. DeKiller, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail.
You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? About my client,
you
Archer.
fool!
As I have already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime. While pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene, Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Carrito was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules.
It's the most unexpected turn of events for the, Shit, what is it, 5th time now?
That's a Phoenix Wright game.
Oh,
for
no,
you.
it's more than that. However, this time, everything has finally been revealed. No, it hasn't. Davis, shut up. Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? We still have the cross-examination to do. But you don't need to question testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, the defense will question the witness. As if I have a choice here.
Huh? Why? Seriously, what the fuck? What has this witness said that is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case? If you scrutinize the testimony, then...
Then I'll expose the lies in that oh-so-beneficial testimony, I suppose.
I don't understand what's going on anymore.
That makes two of us.
Do it, whatever.
Okay, buddy.
You know what's neat?
What?
The two-way radio has a line down the middle.
It also, like, one side kind of looks like a monocle.
Yep.
It really does just look like, yeah.
I am Robo-Killer. What is it, Mr. Wright?
If I press him the wrong way, it might raise suspicions on his end. I have to do something to waste more time. Witness, about requesting a hit. Yes. How much is your fee?
What the fuck?
I see you are also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial. No. I'm not thinking of hiring...
Mr. Wright!
Yes?
You! The fuck, man? You want to kill me? You want to kill me dead, don't you?
What? Why would you think something like that, Your Honor?
Guilty, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You are hereby declared guilty. Get the fuck away. Witness, let's continue. Just ignore the crazy man. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They're your client, are they not? This screwing up our sleep schedule so much.
Meh, mine was alright screwed up. I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill. If I had a problem with such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job. Yeah. Well, changing occupation might be good for you. However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party.
That goes without saying, Mr. DeKiller.
And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought that they could run away from their guilt. Are you talking about the button and the knife? Yes, and my business card. Oh, this card. So that no one has to waste their time, including the police, I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible.
You try to make things as easy.
My business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out the service. He's pretty devoted to his work. But to disregard everything, to go and stab the deceased with a knife, and even hide my card from sight, that is something I cannot overlook. It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being here. So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing? That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest you plan for your alibi too. No, I already told you, I have no intention of ever using your services. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one on trial here?
I know what you're going to do.
From the very beginning. That is correct, from before my client visited the room. All of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. I wonder if that's really true.
That's odd.
So why do you think your client did that? What do you mean by why? Well, fiddling around at the scene of the crime is pretty risky. Why would someone who has requested a murder go back to the crime scene anyway?
That is true.
I assume it was probably done to frame Mr. Enguard. If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it? Sadly, that is not possible. My job is to kill, that is all, and to leave my business card behind, naturally. The business card is so my clients may escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take your fall. And that's all you have to testify. Yes, and I pray that I will never be called to the stand again. Again? As in you plan to continue? I must, as I have yet to find a person to take my place and become the fourth successor. Actually, how would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney? Excuse me? No, I'm fine, really.
Are you really now?
I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. What are you going to do now, Phoenix? All I can do now is expose the lies. It's true. However, you realize it'll be very bad for our client, right? I'm so confused. The one thing I know for sure is I can't let this trial end yet. Okay, this was the one where Edgeworth was like, something is odd.
Yes.
So, like the wine glass or the photo or something? I don't know. I'm not quite sure, actually, no.
Maybe the knife, because she had to go in, see him, go back, get the knife, come back. Do the thing.
Alright, I'll undo if this doesn't work. Yeah, we're tired right now, so I'm being more lenient with it. What about the wine glass? I don't know. Oh, it was the wine glass.
Holy shit, nice.
Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. DeKiller. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Corrida had been murdered.
But how do you know that?
From this wine glass, Your Honor.
The glass.
Mr. DeKiller's supposed client thought Mr. Kurita had only fainted, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim.
But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan?
Rhino, I want to ask you a question.
What's up?
Have they ever, recently referred to her with a pronoun other than her name or my client or whatever? In other words, have they said her?
I don't know. You just...
This is the sort of thing that I always pay attention to when I'm reading stories and stuff because of this sort of thing.
I mean, earlier on, they would call her Miss Andrews.
Yeah, did they? When?
It was after the typo where they called her Mr. Andrews.
No. No, I mean recently.
Oh, recently?
Around the time DeKiller came up? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
It's I read a lot of stories where they do this sort of thing where they use a gender-neutral name and then they never say the pronoun, either to keep it secret for the viewer or / reader, or just for the sake of a character being confused for a joke.
Huh.
Let's keep an eye on that. That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind. They're even saying they!
I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon?
Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct?
Oh, silly toaster. I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have had knowledge of Mr. Kurita's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. She's just jumping right into it, ain't you, Edgeworth?
How strange.
Yes.
Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Phoenix,
Oh, shit.
if the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence.
Sorry. That sounded like an awfully weak objection to me. Anyway, I am positive that there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken.
Very well. Right now I have to buy us more time.
Fucking judge.
We wait for the items DeKiller left behind to get here. I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items. Request taking. This request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the awards ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes.
So you physically met your client, huh?
That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Just not even questioning this anymore, just do it.
Just cross-examine the damn toaster. Yeah.
Beep boop and such.
Okay, the music has actually picked up and gotten more tense. We might be actually halfway through.
Oh, God.
Actually, we're probably a lot closer than that, but point being, it's more tense now.
Well, I'm sure as soon as we get the final stuff, it's all just gonna bam, 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 done.
Yeah. 1 week ago, are you sure? Yes, I am quite sure. I, of course, had my own preparations, and I was barely able to finish. When you request my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep that in mind. Please, stop. In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind. A specific date and time. Did you ask why on that specific night? No. I tried to fulfill all the conditions of my client's request. But as for why,
Oh, excuse me.
I only had my suspicions. What?
I burped. I said excuse me.
Oh. Your suspicions, huh? I gotta be careful here, but fuck it. So what are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night? I'm sure it was all for the bear. The bear. My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figurine in Juan Kurita's room. I would like you to retrieve that item for me. I must be talking about this bear puzzle. How did you know which one to take?
Well, I think most of them were plushies. Not a lot of them were figurines.
I don't know.
Inside that figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room. He was planning to publicly disclose its contents at the press conference, after all.
That is correct. And if I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where that bear figurine was. Let's see.
Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
I mean, the testimony just now has made one thing clear, and that is... the client knew the secret of the bear figurine. Huh? Why is everyone so quiet?
Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that.
Oh, really?
Witness, please continue with your testimony.
Look, I'm trying here! So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. What was that? What was with the brief pause? What gender were they? Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details. I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I have never taken a request by telephone or mail.
And why is that?
That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye.
Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? Yes.
Of course it was very important, Your Honor. If Mr. DeKiller had met his client before the murder, then it's unlikely he is mistaken.
Yeah, sure. So you're saying this client really was Adrian Andrews?
I guess so. You see, it's just as I said.
Yeah.
I'm so lost. Who the heck am I supposed to be helping here? Calm down, Phoenix. Think carefully and relax.
Now then, would the witness please continue?
So your client was Adrian Andrews. That is correct. Well, he says the two of them met. But if they did, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with the killer's testimony. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything strange this time around. You have to draw more information from him, but you can't draw a suspicion. If you can do that, you should be able to find a flaw in his testimony somewhere. Talk about a delicate balance. So does that mean I have to start over from the top again, I think?
I guess.
I mean, I might as well try it. Oh, wait. Yeah, there was like a little flash there with the music when it was like a specific date and time.
Yeah, it was a award ceremony.
No, I think it might be more specific. It might have been about like the fact that it was at 8 o'clock. Because remember, he wanted to film it, I think. I will let that go. But asking about the moon will only be a guess. I see. That's fine then. What was with the brief pause? I pressed further on this one before, right? It's probably just my imagination. I need to find something more definitive to catch this guy on. Can we believe that your testimony up to this point has been reliable? Nah, there'd be no point in pressing that again. Alright. Just on a whim, I'm gonna try something. Nope. I was just testing to see if this would say something like, was he so specific about it being at 8 p.m. or something? Or 8 a.m. or whatever it was. Yeah, I know I'm just repressing everything, but let me try something. Why he meets his clients is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions. What do you mean by that? My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person? I have already told you, Mr. Wright. I did.
How'd you get that one?
It was only through talking with him, face to face, that I began to trust him. That's when I thought I can trust this person as a client.
Oh. It's true what they say about talking face to face. Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
Also, let it be known that I did not figure it out. I just tried that again and decided to choose it was not important to see if there was anything different. If I heard what I think I heard just now, then I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of the utmost importance.
Oh, really? If that's the case, witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony.
Very well. Press or present Adrian? I'm just gonna straight up present Adrian, because even though we're trying to stall, let's try to get through this stalling quickly. Oh, we straight up have him right here also.
Look how mysterious I am.
Look how not mysterious I am. We don't look alike, right? Hello, brother. Hello, brother. You're looking very handsome today, brother. Why, thank you, brother. It's 4 in the morning. I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at a bar and took the request at that time. Yes, that is correct. And that's when you thought he was trustworthy. How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale. What? Shelley the Killer. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews.
They have a vagina.
Why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip-up. About her. So what is the issue? What did you say just now? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she is a woman. Ooh, whoa! The toaster just killed itself.
Good spot on those gender-neutral things a while back.
Yeah, look, I read tons of stories and I've written a couple where I do that, or where they do that.
Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
This witness testified to the following: that he always meets face-to-face with his clients when taking their request.
But he has never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor. That is exactly the point. This means that Mr. DeKiller's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews.
Sweating oil.
Oil? Ew.
Or something. Something like that.
Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor. Name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is, without a doubt, a very androgynous name. Yes, I see. Unluckily for Mr. DeKiller, the entire time he was on the stand, no one has stated Miss Adrian Andrews' gender.
I don't know how, but...
And so he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What? What is going on here? I think by this point the crowd would be just confused. Shelley DeKiller. This court demands an explanation.
I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another.
So does that mean you remember something different now?
Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more. I know he's just gonna spit out more lies.
Very well, but this time please give us the truth and nothing but the truth.
Poop.
Robo poop.
I've just been waiting for a good time to make it work. Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail. There have been times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of Juan Corrida and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man.
That is a complete 180.
Yep.
So you took this job through a letter.
He didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony, which means he is definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know, can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me. No matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it.
Now then, let's begin the cross-examination.
Alright. But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients? Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there are some clients for whom a meeting is simply not possible. But didn't you meet your client this time? No, I did not. Oh, come now. Let's stop with this game of cat and mouse. Using your silkiest voice is not going to work on me.
But it's so silky.
Alright, then just cough it up and confess!
Mr. Wright, you can't bitch out. You can't bitch out a witness with such hard words. You're a lawyer, so behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now, do you have any proof that Mr. the Killer met his client?
No. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I don't have any proof that I actually would want to present.
I see. Your line of questioning was just another waste of time. Sadly for us, Your Honor, that is the nature of right and wrong.
Okay, I thought that was coming on to penalize me. And why could you not meet certain clients? Recently, I have been receiving more requests. If I met each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities.
Nice business opportunities.
On top of which, the times have changed. It is now the age of information and computers, correct? Well, I have joined the times and now take requests via electronic mail.
Electronic mail? Do you have to mail that in a special insulated envelope?
I'm very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. What I meant by electronic mail is what is commonly referred to as email.
Email?
In a contest of mimicry, the judge would beat a parrot, hands down.
Email.
Email! Email!
Ahem. Anyway, so you took this job without having met your client and... Email.
Oh boy, I'm confused about these things. 2 or 3 other things. Yes. And what were these other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with this case.
Huh.
What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? That'd be really bad if I push his buttons the wrong way and he gets mad. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney? Yes? Everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client, which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client? That's... I smell the stench of a backstabber. And should you turn out to be one... Wait! Uh-oh. This is looking really bad. Shouldn't press my luck. Alright, I have to think. Is this worth pursuing?
No.
Are you sure? I made a save state.
Go for it.
Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requested were. If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine. The bear figurine.
The bear figurine.
After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing. And where was that figurine? It was inside Mr. Kurita's suitcase. And then, what did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. Gave it to your client. Interesting.
This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony.
As you wish. Alright. I'm gonna press on this again, real quick. Be safe. I found this figurine at Mr. Enguard's mansion. If you gave it to Ms. Andrews, then what was it doing there? I was waiting for her there. It was also part of the plan to frame Mr. Enguard, I'm sure.
Makes a lot of sense. Mr. Wright, do you have any problems with this piece of testimony? He said he doesn't frame people, though. And he also said he handed it off immediately.
Do I want to point that out, though?
I don't know. How else do we progress this other than slowly pointing out the stuff that's wrong?
So the killer says he gave the figurine to Ms. Andrews, but I know somewhere in that statement there is a contradiction. And yet, I know that if I present something trivial here, he will cut the connection on his end. If you want to make a strong point, Phoenix, you have to present strong evidence. She's right. So now what, Dr. Wright? Okay, evidence. Do we have like the photo? Do we have like a photo? See, whenever people are like telling their stories on the standard stuff, every time a picture shows up, I keep thinking it's a photo we get. Okay. What evidence do we have that says, like, I don't know, I mean, we gotta push, right?
I guess.
Witness, let's go over this one more time. You gave Miss Andrews the bear figurine, and she told you to take the bear and wait for her at Enguard Mansion. Is that correct? Yes. Where are you going with this? Well, I think maybe you might have remembered a few things incorrectly.
What?
This is a battle of wits. I can't let up on him. I don't think it is possible for Miss Andrews to have been the recipient of this bear.
Because the person he gave it to was wearing the costume. She hadn't gone in and gotten the spare yet. Does that sound about right?
How do we prove that, though?
The poster?
So, what do you think? Witness? Mr. the Killer. Oh, I'm sorry. I went to visit the water closet for a second. Mr. Attorney, I think it's time I stated this in terms even you can comprehend. If you ask me any more of these pointless questions, there will be no mercy.
I said the poster, by the way.
I know, I was trying the photo, though. I will try the poster now.
Do you want to save state just in case? No, that wasn't it.
I have a save state right here anyway, so...
Okay.
Shelley the Killer. If you had really given the bear to Ms. Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it. This item?
Oh, she would have known what to do with it.
Yeah.
I see where you're going.
Yep. That's where I'm going.
Where is everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase?
Your Honor, please think back to Ms. Andrews' testimony.
I was going to burn it, for her sake.
If even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Ms. Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it. Whoosh! Boom, boom.